The Battle of Khe Sanh was fought January 21 until July 9, 1968 and was conducted in the Khe Sanh area of northwestern Quang Tri Province, Republic of Vietnam, otherwise known as South Vietnam, during the Vietnam War. The main U.S. forces defending Khe Sanh combat base were 2 regiments of U.S. Marines supported by elements from the United States Army and the United States Air Force, as well as a small number of South Vietnamese Army troops. These were pitted against 2 to 3 divisional-size elements of the North Vietnamese Army. The U.S. command in Saigon initially believed that combat operations around Khe Sanh combat base during 1967 were part of a series of minor North Vietnamese offensives in the border regions. That appraisal was later altered when the NVA was found to be moving major forces into the area. In response, U.S. forces were built up before the NVA isolated the Marine base. Once the base came under siege, a series of actions was fought over a period of 5 months. During this time, Khe Sanh combat base and the hilltop outposts around it were subjected to constant North Vietnamese artillery, mortar, and rocket attacks, and several infantry assaults. To support the Marine base, a massive aerial bombardment campaign Operation Niagara was launched by the U.S. Air Force. Over 100,000 tons of bombs were dropped by U.S. aircraft and over 158,000 artillery rounds were fired in defense of the base. Throughout the campaign, U.S. forces used the latest technology to locate NVA forces for targeting. Additionally, the logistical effort required to support the base once it was isolated demanded the implementation of other tactical innovations to keep the Marines supplied. In March 1968, an overland relief expedition known as Operation Pegasus was launched by a combined Marine Army/South Vietnamese task force that eventually broke through to the Marines at Khe Sanh. American commanders considered the defense of Khe Sanh a success, but shortly after the siege was lifted, the decision was made to dismantle the base rather than risk similar battles in the future. On June 19, 1968, the evacuation and destruction of Khe Sanh combat base began. Amid heavy shelling, the Marines attempted to salvage what they could before destroying what remained as they were evacuated. Minor attacks continued before the base was officially closed on July 5. Marines remained around Hill 689, though, and fighting in the vicinity continued until July 11 until they were finally withdrawn, bringing the battle to a close. In the aftermath, the North Vietnamese proclaimed a victory at Khe Sanh, while U.S. forces claimed that they had withdrawn, as the base was no longer required. Historians have observed that the Battle of Khe Sanh may have distracted American and South Vietnamese attention from the buildup of Viet Cong forces in the South before the early 1968 Tet Offensive. Nevertheless, the U.S. commander during the battle, General William Westmoreland, maintained that the true intention of Tet was to distract forces from Khe Sanh.
Somehow I knew Dragovich was still alive.
He became your obsession. You spent the next 5 years trying to track him down.
He was everywhere! I couldn't get him out of my head. He's just like the others.
We pumped so much shit into him, he doesn't even know what he's
Voices.
saying.
Russians. Just always in my head.
No, I want to keep pressing you.
Hey! Who are you people? What do you want from me?
We want the numbers, Mason. That's all we've ever wanted. Take us back again, Mason. After Baikonur, where did Washington send you next?
Vietnam. Fucking Khe Sanh.
This was in 1968.
Yeah, I was part of the S.O.G unit led by Frank Woods. It was recon on covert Russian activity in Laos.
What about your CIA handler, Hudson? Was he in Khe Sanh? Do you remember him there?
Hudson. And Mr. Shades. The guy was an ice cube.
Woods, he's here.
Mason!
Woods, you look like hammered shit.
Like some kind for shit in the jungle. It's Nam, baby.
It's good to see you.
Yeah, you too.
Jason Hudson, CIA. Thank you for your time, Sergeant.
Right.
I've already briefed Mason broadly about the situation.
Let me fill in the blanks for you. Back in '64, the CIA gave up control of covert operations in Southeast Asia, handed it over to the U.S. military. From that, S.O.G was born. Now, aside from being a base for the Marine Corps, Khe Sanh is our launching point for all cross-border activities, mostly Laos and Cambodia. Missions are S&D, sabotage, black propaganda, strategic recon, POW rescue. You know, you do shit. Mason, over here! Yeah, move! Get him to the bunker, I'll cover you! Go!
Hudson was down and Khe Sanh was under siege. But like with Weaver, you risked your life to save him.
Hudson was a fucking ice cube. That's why I liked the bastard.
Your mission priority was to get to Khe City, but you all stayed behind to defend Khe Sanh. That wasn't your objective.
You obviously didn't know Woods.
Hudson.
He knew Khe Sanh needed our help. There's no decision to make.
I'm okay.
Target down!
Those in the valley!
We're on it, fixed! On station, 6, standing by!
Check the ladder! On the ladder!
Check the ladders!
Tango down! Target down! Check the ladder!
Adjust your fire!
Target down! Enemy by the trench!
He's down! Kill confirmed!
Contact down!
Contact! Attack! Right!
Incoming!
Move it, Mason! Come on! Give me cover! Shit! Infantry! Cover right at us! We're gonna let a napalm barrel there 20 yards out! Just hit this! Gotta be mine, Mason! Local forces love it!
Reloading, give me cover!
Mason!
God damn it! Mayday! Mayday! Jesus Christ! Hold this position!
down.
Hostiles in the trench! Coward in the valley!
Contact down.
Taking away!
On me! Russian T-55! Russian tank! Pull back! Pull back! Here, just draw out and burst them wide open. Grab that law, Mason!
Hostile tanks approaching! Tao thấy nè.
Roger that, Big 6. Red Rider is inbound. 2 minutes, please stand by.
Hostiles by the sandbags!
Be advised, Red Rider on station. Keep your head down. High explosive ordnance on target. Have a nice day. Red Rider out.
Hill on the right! Coward in the valley! Shit! The bastards ain't letting up!
Barclay, 10 minutes out.
Talk to me!
We're almost out of ammo!
Red Rider,
There's a weapons cache in that bunker on the right! Damn!
Low on fuel.
But we can't get to it! They closed our right flank!
Those barrels full of napalm!
Yeah!
Negative, on my final right now.
Good to know! Marines! Hold your position!
hostile near the
Fucking
barrel.
go! Enemy down! Rip him off!
6 Red Rider. What's your position? Just hang tight. Okay, standing by. Go, go, go!
Enemy at the ammo house! Heads down! Grenade! Got one by the trench line! Hostiles at the trench line! Enemy down! Enemies by the trench line!
He's dead!
Contact by the barrels!
Eyes on!
Hostile by the barrels! Contact down! Contact by the barrels! No Pagani line to hold them back this time! Now, Mason, do it! Let's light these bastards up!
He's dead!
Trench line, movement!
Got eyes on him.
That's a kill!
Third.
Tango down!
Enemy down!
Contact down!
Tango down! Hostiles at the trench line!
Cover her. Go for it.
Target down! Toward the HQ!
Get up the hill!
Mortars! Do they know we're here?
Get your head down!
Move up!
Project stop!
Contact down! Hostile near that crater! Reloading! Cover me! I hear you! Grenade out! Grenade out! Throwing a frag! The HQ bunker!
Take him out!
Enemy down! Contact HQ bunker! Confirmed! Took it down! He's down!
Keep pushing!
Repeat, do not engage. Fire! Put it right there! I'm coming around again! Stay with me! Belay that order! Get your ass out of there! Repeat your last!
On me!
More NVA moving in! Infantry and armor! They must have a fucking division hit out there!
And I thought he was a pussy. Now that's what I'm talking about! Jumping back, get on the toe!
This thing built like a tank.
Yeah, but a damn sight more maneuverable.
VF-143, authorization Sierra Oscar, Golf X-ray. Priority 1 orders to my command.
Affirmative, X-ray. Engaging.
Use the controls to steer the tow missile.
Arc light, 5 minutes out. Roger, X-ray. Targeting sector.
Correct hit.
Arc light, 2 minutes out. Understood, X-ray. Commencing run. Affirmative, X-ray. Engaging. VF-143, beginning bomb run.
You nailed him! Ain't over yet!
VF-143, inbound. 1 minute out. Coordinates received. Keep your heads down, X-ray. Enemy by the hill!
The Khe Sanh!
Gunfire, movement!
He felt that one! Direct hit!
Roger that, we're inbound. Arc light, coordinates confirmed. Engaging.
It's over.
No. This is the start of something else. They'll be back.
414014.
Bowman!
You look like hammered shit, Mason.
Would Nama do that to you?
Good to see you, Alex.
Jason Hudson, CIA. We're here to talk about your encounter with Russians in Laos. We got word a defector might be in play.